I want Boise State to win, I trust Coach Rice to lead the Broncos to victory.
And when I want the best painting and garage floor coating, I trust rowpaint.com to get that job done right.
What? Dude. Fish on.
We don't need gimmicks like giant checks and mascots to promote this year's football contest because we're giving away even more money than we did last year.
$16 million in guaranteed prizes to be exact. There's 2 ways to win and no rake.
Players in Circa Millions make 5 picks against the spread each week with quarterly and full season payouts.
Circa Survivor entries select 1 team each week with no point spread. Last the longest to win it all. Visit circasports.com for details.
Hey, Forrest here. Nothing like getting paid. And with ICCU's mobile app, I can deposit checks or accept Zelle payments so the money hits my account fast. I just wish there was an app for mowing the rest of these lawns.
This is Bronco Nation News Live. The best interviews, the most informed opinions, the latest breaking news, all from the top Boise State insiders. Today's broadcast is coming from the Cutwater Spirits Canned Cocktail Studios. Check out one of their more than 30 flavors of pre-mixed premium cocktails at your local gas station or grocery store. Cutwater Canned Cocktails is perfect for your next game day tailgate party. Now, here's 4-time NSMA Idaho Sports Writer of the Year, BJ Rains, with another edition of Bronco Nation News Live.
Hey, how we doing? Welcome on in. They're taking bets in the chat on who's the reason we're late starting, Mike Prater, you or me. But welcome on in. Bronco Nation News Live here at BroncoNationNews.com. Mike Prater, KTIK, BNN columnist, with us for his weekly appearance. He was on vacation. We moved him to Thursday, which was your old day, so it feels a little normal still. I am halfway back in Boise, and literally we started late because I'm plugging in microphones and trying to hook up lights, and we've got half the new BNN studio back together again, as you can kind of see here in the background. So we're both juggling a lot of things, but we're able to get on the air here today. And Mike, appreciate you as always for long week of vacation. You're rolling around early and not excited to get back to work today, and you remember you got to come on with me. I'm sure that made it even worse, but appreciate you, Mike.
I knew this day was coming, and I prepared for it, although I didn't get home until about midnight last night, and it's been a little bit of a scramble. Gone for a week. I know you were gone for a week. I think you were even out of the country at one point. So, and you're moving, so you got all kinds of crazy stuff going on. These are the dog days of summer that we can catch up on life, and I love that, but we're certainly ready. My favorite thing about vacation, and I know this sounds dumb, is just the energy. You come back on that first day of work, and if I can dive right in and do a show as opposed to sit in a meeting for 3 hours, sign me up, BJ. Let's do it, bud.
I had the weird situation where we moved into a new house for literally like 5 days. We had the the golf tournament going on. My parents were in town visiting. We got that, so we're like halfway moved in, and then we literally leave town for 2 weeks. So we come back to a house with boxes and stuff still in it, and I don't have the lighting set up right or the camera exactly where I'd like it. So we'll try to continue that over the next couple of days. But we get back late last night, I shouldn't say late, 6 o'clock, Mike, and we go straight to baseball practice for one of the kids, and we got 2 tournaments this weekend. Both my kids, my youngest kid got picked up for a team this weekend. So we got 3 games today, 3 games tomorrow, hopefully some games on Saturday. So just how it goes this time of year, I guess. We're all juggling a lot, but it's not perfect, but I'm working on the studio here. The BNN Cutwater Studios is starting to come together.
We live a completely different life, and I've lived your life before, juggling the kids and the sports and the baseball, and your family is really, really good at doing it. I put my phone away for a couple of days because we went camping up. We were actually, north of Utah State's campus, about 15 miles up into that canyon, and I put my phone away for about 56 hours. And the first thing I did this morning when I turned on my phone, I called and got some weekend tea times. So you're scrambling for kids' baseball schedules. I'm looking for weekend tea times. But for the next couple of days, this is all about Boise State football. And I can't believe we're just a few weeks away from media days and then a few weeks away from camp. And holy cow, it's going to happen fast, BJ.
3 weeks from right now, you and I will be doing this at the Circa. There at the set, hopefully with Jeremiah Dickey joining us like he did last year. And I was man, it's crazy. I feel like BNN's come a long way, and you from the very first day, and you look at some of those videos, and but I was looking at last year's media days the other day as I'm trying to make some improvements to some of the equipment, just kind of starting to plan things out for how things are going to look. And I was rewatching some of our shows from media days last year, which is just, again, 11 months ago, and you and I are having to share a mic because one's not working, and things are kind of getting messed up. And it was crazy to think, even in a year, we've bought a brand new mixer, we have some new sound equipment, so we should be, I think, even in 1 year, in a much better place than we were at media days last year. But yeah, 3 weeks from today, I got it confirmed with Circa. We're good. We're going to do the Tuesday show out there by the Cabana, BNN, and then keep the table and chairs up for you guys to be out there to preview media days out there by the pool. And then we'll have the 2 days in there with all the players and coaches and guests on Radio Row there at media days. So yeah, we're like, 18 days from flying down to Vegas. It is pretty, they moved it up a week. I mean, it comes earlier. It seems like it comes every year, and it'll be a little different this year because there's going to be an extra, usually that's the start of football season. Now we got an extra week to kind of kill there. We do have the TBT basketball team coming back into town that next week, which kind of works out nicely for some content that week, at least for us here on BNN. Yeah, it's crazy, man. Less than 3 weeks away.
I can't believe that. That is 18 days. That's crazy. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. In the past, I've always missed that Tuesday Cabana show, and I'm definitely looking forward to that and getting down there. There's so much change and so much difference, with this Mountain West Football Conference this year, that the storylines are just starting to creep out already, and all kinds of there's all kinds of stories. I looked at my phone this morning, and there's people writing, these fall previews and camp previews and top 10 quarterbacks and top 12 wide receivers, and there's all kinds of fun stuff out there. So I know the preseason magazines are rolling around. Here at BNN, we're not going to stop. I know we got a whole bunch of stuff planned. So nicely done, BJ. I can't wait to see what the improvements are from last year, and let's get after it, my friend.
Yeah, we added an extra camera, and the biggest one is hopefully just you can actually hear us. I think the audio has been the very first year we started, 2 years ago, whatever it was, at the Mandalay Bay. Jay Tust and I were halfway through an interview with Jeremiah Dickey until I looked down at my screen and realized nobody could hear us. And so we've come a lot. I mean, we last year it was fine. You and I just had to share a mic, so that was at least a step in the right direction. But now we've got a new mixer, 4 mics. You'll have your own mic, your own headphones, and we shouldn't have to share. And we did it there at the James for that spring game preview show, and that went pretty well. So I think we're going to be in good shape moving forward. But yeah, putting together the BNN, the Cutwater Spirits studios here. We'll hopefully have those up and running by Monday, I would say, in full capacity with the weekend here. But luckily to be back in town and get back on. And yeah, the bets were coming in as the reason we were late. Ivan Van Tressel says Prater must have finally woken up. Let's see. Nathaniel says paging BJ Rains. Time to get the party started. It was 100% me. Prater was ready to go. I was trying to literally plug in a camera and a light at 9:01, and so that's why we were starting late. But excited to be here. Excited to talk some Boise State football with you. Coming up later in the show at 9:30, a special guest is going to join us. We're going to announce the newest member of the TBT team, the once a Bronco alumni team playing in the $1 million winner-take-all tournament. And again, we've got 8 Boise State alumni that have already been announced to the team, and we'll have our 9th member announced at 9:30, and he will join us live for an interview, and we'll catch up with him. But first, I do want to talk football. Obviously, Mike Prater is the big thing going on right now. And, I'm going to make people wait with the weird show here. I'm going to go ahead and thank a couple of our sponsors real quick and just get that out of the way. But Dirk Koetter, his impact on this offense, on this team, Dirk Koetter coming out of retirement, so to speak, to come back and lead this offense. What does it mean for this offense? What does it mean for Ashton Jeanty, Malachi Nelson, this receiving group? That's our topic today. Question number 7 on our Countdown to Camp series talks about Dirk Koetter. But first, Cutwater Spirits, more than 35 flavors of pre-mixed premium cocktails. Pick one up at your local gas station or grocery store. Cutwater Spirits, perfect for your next game day tailgate party. Rowpaint.com is our title sponsor. They're going to be coming out to do some interior painting for us here at the new home shortly. ROEpaint.com. Check them out. The concrete coatings, interior, exterior residential painting, commercial, industrial, you name it, all your painting needs. The official paint and coatings company of the Broncos is Row Paint. Idaho Central Credit Union next Wednesday. Happy to announce Wednesday of next week, the return season 2 of the Tyson Degenhart Show kicking off on Bronco Nation News, thanks to Idaho Central Credit Union. So don't miss next week. Tyson's going to have some of the newcomers on, so that's going to be fun to get to know the newcomers of the summer basketball team here. Idaho Central Credit Union. Check them out, ICCU.com. Bauscher Real Estate, number 1 ranked realtor in the Treasure Valley is Matt Bauscher. And again, appreciate him and his team. They helped us buy a home. They helped us sell a home. Tremendous customer service. And I found out firsthand just why they are the best. 208-243-8222. You can check them out online, BauscherRealEstate.com. And again, no, you may think of Matt to sell those $5 million homes, and he certainly will, but he'll sell any size home you got. Ours certainly was on the small end, and he helped us sell it and did a tremendous job. So thanks again to Matt and his team. Check them out, BauscherRealEstate.com. And Ridley's Family Markets, ShopRidleys.com. They got locations across the state of Idaho, 14 of them to be exact. Love that location down there in Kuna. And again, ShopRidleys.com. You can find a location near you. And if you download that app, the Skip app, in your smartphone app store, you can save up to 40% off at the checkout line. So we appreciate Ridley's Family Markets. And next time you're heading to McCall or down there in the Magic Valley, they got a ton of locations. Check them out at Ridley's Family Markets, shopridleys.com. All right, Mike Prater, Dirk Koetter. I remember I was at the I was at Air Force Academy at the hotel there, getting ready to do a show from the lobby there with the basketball team, and get the text. You're not going to believe who I heard is going to be the new OC, and it's Dirk Koetter. And it gets out there, it's public, and Dirk Koetter is announced, and he comes back. I know we've talked a lot about that, but I think that is a big storyline with this team. And again, I don't want to say all the eggs are going into the basket this year, because you do feel like, this is Boise State. This is a program that's going to rebuild. They're going to, they retool. They're going to keep it going. They've done it over the last 20 plus years. But in terms of the CFP this year, Mike Prater, and what you have with Ashton Jeanty and what you have with some of these seniors, this does feel like a big year and a big opportunity for them. And for this 1 year, and again, maybe not the next 5-10, but for the next 1 year, Spencer Danielson felt like the best decision right now for this team was to bring Dirk Koetter back and lead the offense this year. Just your big, before we kind of dive into the smaller intricacies of this, the big picture, Dirk Koetter back leading this offense in 2024. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I think it's a brilliant hire. It's no secret that I'm a big fan of Dirk Koetter and have been since, basically December of 1997 when he got hired, and he was coaching at Oregon, and went and played in the Vegas Bowl against Air Force, I believe, was the first time I'd ever really had a chance to spend some time with him. And I just kind of fell in love with this guy as a football coach. As a person, we battle a lot off and on. We're two different people, but that's cool. And I love, and there's a lot of respect there. As a football coach, I cannot wait to see what he does this year in terms of this offense. And Spencer Danielson, I thought it was a brilliant hire. Even to think about it, even to call him up and approach it. Hey, coach, and I know they had a relationship. Hey, coach, what do you think about it coming back again? And Dirk Koetter, I thought he was done. I thought he's been done a couple of different times, and he just loves football. And this is the perfect situation. He loves Boise State football. He loves the state of Idaho. I think he really, really digs Spencer Danielson. And now Spencer Danielson calls him and says, by the way, I have a whole bunch of really cool toys that you can play with. I got a really good offensive line. We're going to get you some blocking tight ends. I got a great running back and a couple of support guys behind him. And I got you even a couple of quarterbacks. So I thought the tools that he has, there's no way that Dirk Koetter could have said no. I can't wait to see how this offense evolves. The one thing that I've learned about Dirk Koetter over the years, this guy is adaptable. Everybody right now sits and thinks that this is going to be Ashton Jeanty, and it will. But at what point does it become the quarterback or Malachi or Maddox or somebody else? Look at his stats throughout the years, and I want to break these down as this show goes on in terms of being fluid, being adjustable, playing with the gut instinct. I got the big fat gut. Dirk Koetter doesn't. He's a very fit man, but he plays the gut instinct game better than any coach I've ever known, and that's very flexible. Maybe 1 week he'll pass, maybe 1 week he'll run, and you go baback and look at his stats, the teams, even in the NFL. This dude is up and down, up and down, up and down, and I can't wait to see what his offense looks like this fall.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think this is going to be a run-first, run-heavy team, which it very well likely will be at times. And as you said, when you got Ashton Jeanty, you want to hand him the ball as much as possible. But you think there's going to be games where Dirk's going to pass more, run more. You think one of his strengths is his ability to whatever that game calls for is what he can do? Absolutely. Yeah. Obviously, everything's going to start with Ashton Jeanty. There's no doubt about that.
And I know it was a long time ago, 25 plus years ago, but go back and look what his 3 years at Boise State. He averaged, I'm going in the back of my head, probably about 35 to 38 rushes a game. Rushing attempts a game is probably somewhere in the mid-20s. And that's what he was at Boise State for those 3 years. Then he gets to Arizona State. And he didn't have great quarterbacks at Arizona State. Keller and Walter, I think, were their two names. And they were not great. But by the time he got this hands on his offense, he was passing the ball way more than he was running the football. And you go look at the NFL record. When he got to the NFL, he was running the ball first and then passing second. And by the time he was done in the NFL, he was throwing the ball 200 times more per game or per season than he was rushing the football. Now, obviously, the NFL's evolved and changed and become a quarterback passing league, but he evolves, and he evolves within games. I told you the 99 story between Nate Sparks and Bart Hendricks in terms of who he was playing, how he was going to win that football game, who goes out and takes care of the offense. It's gut instinct. This guy believes in gut instinct more than anything else, and I think that that's going to come into play, and it's going to bring some great storylines because maybe 1 week against Utah State, Ashton Jeanty goes for 250 yards. Maybe the next week he gets 25 yards and Malachi Nelson throws for 400. That's the kind of offense you may get with Dirk Koetter.
No doubt, and just the evolution of the his history and tutelage coaching the quarterback position as well, Mike Prater. Well, what do you make of how his return impacts the quarterback battle and the quarterback situation? Obviously, he was around and at least has been following when Maddox Madsen has been on the field last year and the last couple of years since he's been here. We know that he's been very public that he is a fan of Maddox Madsen. What do you make of the quarterback situation, and I guess in particular Malachi Nelson getting to learn from him and have the whole offseason? And I think that's a big deal too that we should throw in there. Last year he steps in, or whenever he came back, it was week 6. I mean, he wasn't trying to change throwing motions and doing all that. He was just trying to get through the season. He comes in here now, and they push spring ball back a week to get him acclimated. He's here for the whole spring, the whole summer. Dirk Koetter's impact on the quarterbacks.
This is my favorite part. And this is where I think the biggest difference that maybe we don't talk about enough. Even Spencer Danielson is guilty of this a little bit. The emotions, the excitement. The dude lives by energy and lives with emotions. And we all have seen how Spencer Danielson conducts his business. Now, at the end of the day, I also think Spencer Danielson makes good decisions, calm, cool, collected, take a deep breath and make the right decision. But Dirk Koetter is going to bring a sense of calmness and a sense of responsibility to the quarterback room. Every single fan listening to this show right now wants Malachi Nelson to be the rock star on August 31st. They want him to win the Heisman Trophy, for crying out loud, on August 31st. The expectations for this kid are off the charts. I'm assuming it's the same for the media. It's the same for the fans. It's the same for some of those guys in the locker room. It's the same for some of those coaches. Everybody wants Malachi Nelson to be the 5-star recruit on the first day, when in fact he could be here for 3+ years. So Dirk Koetter is going to bring a sense of calm, a sense of peace, a sense of reality. He's not impressed by Malachi Nelson. As a matter of fact, we talked to him like 4 days before spring camp even opened, and we go, what do you think of his throwing motion? I've never seen him throw. I've never seen him throw. That was 4 days before spring camp, for crying out loud. Now he shows up on spring camp and he sits there and he studies and he comes. He's not the emotional coach. He is the sense of reality that is really, really important here. And that's good for Maddox Madsen. That's good for this football team right off the bat. Could Malachi Nelson come in and be the star quarterback in the second quarter, the second game, the second week, the second month? Yeah, sure. But I think Dirk Koetter is going to bring that kind of sense of peace and calm to the quarterback room. And so far, that's probably an advantage for Maddox Madsen.
He's Mike Prater. My name is BJ Rains. This is Bronco Nation News live here at BroncoNationNews.com. I'm coming to you from the Cutwater Studios. More than 35 flavors of premix and premium cocktails. You can pick one up at your local gas station or grocery store. Mike's down there at the Row Paint Studios at KTIK in downtown Boise. And again, coming up around 9:30, we're going to be joined by the newest member of the TBT team as we continue to unveil the roster for the Once a Bronco winner-take-all $1 million tournament. But with Dirk Koetter and Ashton Jeanty, we talk about his impact on the quarterbacks, but Ashton Jeanty, 99.9%, we're all saying he's here for 1 year, and then he's gone, and he has a chance. You're seeing some lists continue to come out. I know you're maybe a little, I don't know if you're changing your tune or not, but I know you maybe haven't been quite as high on where Ashton Jeanty might get drafted as some, fans or media or whatever, but I continue to see him at the, near the top of some of these lists, or at least included on these top 10 running back lists going into this season. Ashton Jeanty, his potential, his stats, his season. How does Dirk Koetter impact that?
With what I just said about the quarterback situation, he's going to ride Ashton Jeanty as hard as he possibly can. I really think that this kid can get 2,000 all-purpose yards, and that's kind of the standard that we're all looking for this year. I think Boise State's had 4 2,000-yard all-purpose guys in school history. Ajayi, Forsey, maybe McNichols. I think there was one other one in there somewhere. And I don't think Dirk Koetter is afraid of that at all. A 1,500-yard rushing season and a 500-yard passing season, receiving season, I think that's very much in the cards here. As long as Ashton Jeanty does all the little things. And why do we not believe that yet? We should, because he's done all the little things. He does everything right, including pass protection, carrying the football, taking care of the football, which was the one problem last year. He had, 6 fumbles last year, and I think he lost all 6 of them. No, maybe it was just 4. 4 fumbles last year and lost all 4 of them. And he doesn't have a fumbling problem. I think he lost a fumble on his very first game a couple of years ago and then went a year and a half without even fumbling. And then last year, all of a sudden, it comes up. That's kind of the one thing that maybe Dirk Koetter can clean up a little bit and take care of the little things like that. And as long as he takes care of the pass pro, as long as he takes care of the football, Ashton Jeanty is going to touch the football 30-plus times every single game. And I don't think Dirk Koetter is afraid to use him as a workhorse. So Ashton Jeanty is going to take advantage of this, and he's the great student. He's the great pupil. He's the great teammate that everybody loves. He's the great guy that everybody wants to be around. And I think Dirk Koetter easily taps into that.
I mean, this is a discussion for another day, but we've talked, Ashton Jeanty just fights for every extra yard and is so physical. And that extra 3rd or 4th time he's trying to push the pile forward, some guy that he doesn't see coming in and slapping the ball out or ripping it out of his hand. I mean, yeah, at some point, all the hits he's taken too. Cut your losses, go down, and not try to fight for that extra half a yard. And so, yes, that is something that I'm sure Ashton Jeanty will be one of our top 5 topics next week that we'll get to here in terms of his potential for this season.
One quick point on that before you move on is I think it was Dirk Koetter. Next time we see him, I'll ask him. I think it was Dirk Koetter that taught me something about football that is still stuck with me to this very day. 8 points of pressure. When there's a running back, you put the football like right here, like you're supposed to, high and tight. There's supposed to be 8 points of pressure, and that includes like your palm, your finger, your forearm, maybe your body. There's 8 different points where you can apply pressure on the football when you hold it high and tight. Okay. And Dirk Koetter talks about the 8 points of pressure, and he tries. That's the kind of detail. I mean, hold the football, and where do you find 8 points of pressure? It's really, really hard, but that's what he teaches to these guys. I guarantee you that Ashton Jeanty is going into this football season thinking about 8 points of pressure.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. And maybe the other hand coming over is one of them. I don't know. Yeah,
maybe. I'm
trying to think of how you get to 8. But that's the kind of stuff you learn from Dirk Koetter when you hear him talk football. And this team, though, the expectations, points per game, this offense, Dirk Koetter coming in. As you said, I think a lot of people are expecting this team to score 45 points a game and be top 5 in the nation in scoring and just throw the ball over the field. Ashton Jeanty run the ball over the field and have 25 first downs a game and 500 yards a game. What are fair expectations for a Dirk Koetter-led offense this year? Do you believe they can get to 40 points per game? Is this going to be a 35? I mean, what do you think of this offense? And again, Dirk Koetter, and again, not to say whether it was Mike Sanford or whoever else could have come in here and been the offensive coordinator, not to say that Dirk Koetter is going to do the best anybody could have done, but this offense being led by Dirk Koetter, and as you said, knowing what games to focus on the run or the pass or what's going to work this week, and just knowing Dirk Koetter the way you do, what do you see in general, kind of big picture for this offense this season?
He loves scoring points, obviously, and I think he's going to go for it big time. But he's also going to be methodical. And let's go back to the days of Andy Avalos, where they couldn't average 30 points a game. I think they were stuck right around 28, 29 points a game during that very short regime with this offense and how squirrely it got. Last year it got better. I think they were somewhere between 34 and 36 points a game, if I remember right. Last year, there is a reasonable expectation, and more than a reasonable expectation, for this football team to push 40 points a game. And it hasn't happened around here in a long time. I'm not even sure. Kellen Moore did a couple of years. Dan Hawkins kind of brought the 40-point era into Boise State football, and certainly Kellen Moore played a big part of that. But it's been a while since we've seen a 40-point offense. It's going to be close, whether it's 37, 38, 39, pushing 40. Maybe one week it's 54, the next week it's 28. That's also part of the Dirk Koetter persona. He treats every single Saturday like a blank canvas, and he's smart enough to know that, and experienced enough to know that I can be a chameleon. This week, I'm going to throw the ball like crazy. This week, I'm going to run like crazy. And I think the numbers will be different. And maybe it is a shorter scoring point one week and higher scoring the next week. So, yeah, at the end of the day, the expectations are, and I personally expect this football team to average 40 points a game. If they don't, that's a lot of wasted opportunity because there's some amazing talent on this football team.
2011 was the season, Mike Prater, 44.2 points per game. 2011, Kellen Moore's senior year, was the last time this team averaged 40-plus points. They were 39 a couple times. I mean, they've gotten close. They've had some solid seasons, but they haven't surpassed 40. And again, I mean, they update the stats in the media guide all the time, and it was kind of the highest scoring team since 2000, and then it was second highest scoring team since 2000, and that number is kind of dwindled a little bit in recent years, Mike Prater, offensively in terms of the points per game average, and that would be nice to see one of those seasons again where they just get back and crush it. So final thing, I mean, we think it's a good thing, right? I mean, Derreck Alston, our special guest is ready to go. Do we think it's Dirk Koetter's good? We're good. We're happy with him.
I think so. I think so. I mean, everybody's going to, when October, November, and December roll around, everybody's going to want him to stick around because success is rolling, and everybody's going to be wondering how many one-year deals are left with Dirk Koetter, and that'll be the only bugaboo. You get 12, 13, 14 games with this guy, and certainly enjoy it, and I'm looking forward to seeing what happens. I love covering this guy. I think you do too. There's a business relationship there. He's very businesslike, but he's also easy to talk to, and he's very honest. I love that. Whether he's talking to the media or talking to the players, honesty. We're always going to know what's coming out of this football program, and Dirk Koetter is going to be in charge of that. I love it. I can't wait.
All right, Dirk Koetter, his impact on the offense is going to be big, and that is question number 7 on our countdown to camp series. Let's get to the big announcement in just a second with the TBT team and our newest member. But first, Lithia Ford of Boise. Check them out, lithiafordboise.com. View their full inventory of vehicles online, lithiafordboise.com. They got 6 NIL deals with student athletes. You can go in there and check them out. And again, great inventory, great big supporters of BSU and Bronco Nation News. So check them out. Your next vehicle purchase, make it at Lithia Ford of Boise. Check them out, TacoBellWorks.com. If you're looking for a job, TacoBellWorks.com. They can help you out. They're hiring, and they got free food and half your wages the day after your shift, so you can't beat that. And again, we appreciate the SON Management Group, the Nicolason family, SON Management at Taco Bell, TacoBellWorks.com. Transportation compliance service. Speaking of needing a job, get into the trucking industry. It's booming right now, and again, they can help you with all the overweight DOT permits, everything you need to tow that first load in no time and get out there on the open road. So check them out, TCS Transportation Compliance Service, all your trucking needs. The Blue and Orange Store, theblueandorangestore.com. Travis Oxen Company, they're adding new shirts, new hats, new sweatshirts every day as you get ready for football season. So theblueandorangestore.com, you get free shipping, any order over $40. Or you can go right there into the Boise Town Square Mall, the second floor next to Perimage, and check them out at the Blue and Orange Store. And, of course, leanfeastmeridian.com. You looking to eat healthy? You got no excuse now. They deliver anywhere in the Treasure Valley. So check them out, leanfeastmeridian.com. Healthy eating, 2 minutes in the microwave is all it is. And you're eating steak, shrimp, and all kinds of great stuff there at leanfeastmeridian.com. All right, we are going to say goodbye to Mike Prater and add in our special guest here in just a second. Remember, the TBT team, once a Bronco, we been every Thursday announcing new members of the team. We're excited about this, partnering with James Reed and company to help unveil all the players on the roster and catch up with guys. And again, it's all going to culminate July 17th. That's now less than a month away. They will be in Boise for some practices and training, and they're going to be right there to sign autographs, take pictures with you guys. $10 tickets. 3-point contest, a dunk contest, a full game, Bora High School, $10 tickets. And again, the QR code is on the screen there. $10, take the family. And again, after the festivities, they're going to take some pictures, sign autographs. It's going to be a lot of fun. If you are unable to come, you can still make a donation to their GoFundMe account. That link is right there as well to help with travel costs and things like that. And again, we've announced 8 players to this point. You got Thomas Broplay, Najee Smith, Cam Martin, Justinian Jessup, Derek Marks, Max Rice, Marcus Shaver Jr., and Abu Kijab have been the 8 players that we have announced so far. And we are excited to announce that player number 9, Derreck Alston Jr., super excited to add DA to the roster. Obviously had a heck of a career at Boise State, and did some great things and now is doing some great things playing professionally as well. So Derreck Alston Jr. has been added to the TBT team, and DA joins us live here on Bronco Nation News. How we doing, man?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing great. Appreciate you for jumping on with us. I know you were playing in Germany. Are you still in Germany, or are you back in the stateside here?
No, I got back to Houston about mid-May, late May. So I've just been back. Took some weeks off, little vacation, just relaxing. But been back training, been back around family, just enjoying vacation, enjoying the summer. So it's been good.
What tell us about just the opportunity to play on this team, and James Reed's sales pitch to you, and just the excitement level and why you wanted to do this summer.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a really unique opportunity. Obviously, James Reed is somebody who I'm very close with just from my time at Boise State when we were teammates, and then also as a coach as well. So somebody who I have the utmost respect for and trust for, and he called me about, kind of during the end of my season about the opportunity. And for me, it just sounded like something pretty unique, obviously to do for the, to kind of give back, but to do something for the university, to be able to come to Boise and kind of reconnect with the community and things like that. I think it's a really good opportunity for myself and everybody that's doing this. And I think, we got a pretty competitive team. So I think it'll be something that's fun and unique to do. And, I'm excited for it.
Yeah, what does it mean? I mean, you put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears and hours in the city of Boise and at Boise State to develop your basketball game and to get to where you are now, playing professional and earning a paycheck to play basketball. I'm sure you never imagined putting on some sort of blue and orange, Boise State themed, jersey again on an alumni team and get to play in front of the Boise State fans. I know they're hoping next year. I know it's down the road, but they're trying to host one of these regionals in Boise, maybe even get a chance to play in Extra Mile Arena again with fans. But just to play at Bora High School, to get back into Boise and be in front of these fans and be in town and then to go represent, the alumni of Boise State and the Leon Rice era and just this golden era of Boise State basketball on national TV. How cool is something like this?
Yeah, it's super cool. It's like I said, a super unique opportunity to put the blue and orange again in some capacity and play with a lot of guys that I played with during my time at Boise State, and just kind of the success that we've been able to have under Coach Rice and everybody that's been a part of it. It's been awesome. So it feels like a real honor to be able to represent that, as well as to be there for the community and have the community be able to experience us again and experience some professional basketball. I think that's a really cool opportunity.
Now, I know there's one player to come. It's going to be a big man. I know folks are saying it's a little guard heavy on the roster, and that is a little bit the case. But I know that James Reed has one more ace up his sleeve in terms of a big man, and they're working on that. We'll get you that announcement when that is done here in the next couple of weeks. But you look at the roster you have, and you mentioned it. I mean, it's pretty cool, man. Like to have a guy like Derek Marks, get a chance to play with a Max Rice, and to have you and all these guys and Marcus and Najee and all these different eras overlap. But the one thing, Thomas Bro play and these guys that were part of like the Leon Rice initial recruiting class, and just to see the photos up here and just to think about the this program from when you were getting recruited by Boise State to where it is now, making 3 NCAA tournaments in a row. Just what do you make of just the development of this program and the fact that Leon is still there and kind of what he's built here?
Yeah, I mean, it's been great to see. I mean, obviously during my 5 years there, it was a lot of growth as well too. So it feels great kind of being, obviously a few years removed now, and to still see the program continue to grow and get to, like I said, where they're becoming a every year NCAA tournament team. I think that's really great. And I mean, I think that's what you want as an alumni, to be able to see, when you go to something and you get to leave and you leave it and it's better than when you found it, and it's continuing to rise and grow. And it just shows, all the credit to coach and all the coaches and the players that they're bringing in, and obviously the support they're getting from the community, from the school as well too, I think is huge. So it's been great to see remove that the program's still continuing to rise. So it's been great.
Derreck Alston Jr., our guest, the newest member of the TBT, once a Bronco alumni team. I know you guys will be in the Houston Regional. You'll be finding out your opponent in the bracket here in the next couple of weeks as you guys get ready to come to Boise. Jordan says in the comments here, those years, this program was building the foundation for what we're seeing today. Exciting times. Derek says, let's go. 2 legendary Derricks on the squad, obviously with Derek Marks as well. You mentioned the squad. What do you make of what you got here? I mean, you got some veterans, you got some younger guys, and a guy like Max. I mean, you've been playing professional a couple years now. I mean, what do you make of, as I mentioned, you guys could probably use another solid 5-man, which I know you're working on, but in terms of the talent level you have here, I don't know if you watched this tournament in the past. I mean, there's some high-level basketball here, and in some cases, this tournament's going to be higher level than some of these guys have been playing overseas. I mean, what do you make of just the talent level that you guys have? And I know a couple years ago they put this together and it didn't work out. They went one and done. It seems like James and Thomas are really, everybody's kind of going at it much differently, and I think it's much better this year, not to take anything away from who ran it last time, but it just seems like you guys are focused and attacking this the right way, and it's a 180 in terms of the preparation and the practice and things that's going into this. What do you make of just the talent you do have and how you guys are going to be able to try to make a run at this thing?
Yeah, I mean, I think we got good pieces that I think all kind of mesh together. Obviously, we got to get together and iron some things out in short time, but every team has to do that as well too. So, but I like our chances, obviously, playing with a guy like Justinian, who I played with for many years, Najee as well for a year, Max, and obviously the talent of Derek Marks and bro play from back in the day is going to speak for itself. And those guys have played professionally for, longer than I have as well. So I think we got a really good mix, and I think that we'll be able to, hopefully do something, here in Houston.
Derek was asking what it was like with some of the younger dudes like Shave and Max. They were kind of developing on the bench while you were on the roster. So Shaver, Max, Najee, you said Justinian. So you've played with 4 of these guys?
Yeah.
For
a year or 2.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. Yeah, that's crazy. What I know you've been to the G League. I know you've been some different spots. Kind of update folks on your basketball career and your journey, obviously, since leaving Boise State.
Yeah, so after leaving Boise, I ended up doing summer league with the Warriors, that draft class, going undrafted, and then signed with the Jazz on a training camp deal. Ended up playing in the G that whole year and had a good season. And then the last 2 years I've been in Germany for the same team. And was able to, had a career year this year, which I was, very happy about. So
3rd leading scorer in the league or something, right?
Yeah. So third lead, led the league, or 3rd in this league in scoring, which is great. So looking to kind of take another step up this next year, and just kind of waiting to see, what that'll entail. But that's kind of been it. Going to enter year 4 this next year professionally, which is crazy to say. So I feel very blessed, like I said, to be able to still be playing basketball today, to call it my profession and how I take care of myself. So it's definitely been a blessing for sure.
How's your game evolved? We saw what you did at Boise State. Obviously, could score at all 3 levels, and obviously improved your shooting skills. And what's kind of your, for folks that haven't seen you play in 4 years, are you the same type of player you were at Boise State, or where have you improved? Where are you different?
Yeah, I mean, I think being a professional definitely is a lot different than being in college for sure. I mean, I feel like a lot of the things I did at Boise State, I'm still doing now, but just on a more consistent basis, more efficient. Feel like I've added, even more to my game since I've left. Just because, now it's your job. So it's kind of what you're doing every single day, working on your game. Taking it, I wouldn't say taking it more seriously, but it's your job. So you got to kind of it's kind of do or die in that sense. So I think the mentality has definitely changed for myself, but I think I'm still scoring at a high level, obviously, and been able to add some more things as well too.
I chuckled at this comment because it's a blast from the past here, but speaking of adding things, over under on how many times the TBT broadcast mentions DA was 148 pounds coming into BSU, or have we finally moved past that?
Man. Blast from the past for sure. It'll probably get mentioned for sure.
The 0.6 points your first year. I mean, they had the same bullet points. It seemed like.
Yeah. Good bullet.
Oh yeah.
So I can't complain.
It is crazy though, man. I mean, your story though. I know we joke about it, but to come in redshirt and to do what you did and add the skills and the size and the weight, and to go from 0.6 points a game coming off the bench at Boise State as a walk-on to being the 3rd leading scorer and playing professionally in Germany and averaging 16, 19, whatever it was, points per game. I don't have the stats in front of me, sorry, but you had a huge year, and to think about in 7-8 years where your basketball journey has taken you, it is a pretty cool story.
Yeah, no, for sure. I feel very lucky and blessed for all the coaches that were there during my time. Obviously, Leon was there the whole time, Coach Burns, Derrier, Coach Acker, Coach Gold, Beckner, forgetting one, Coach Derrier. I mean, everybody that was there. Oh, Coach Riley, that was there during my time. Were huge for me. So I owe them so much. And I'm thankful for them to help me, get to this point because I'm not here without them. So
hey, don't leave Coach Moats out as well. Come on.
Shout out Coach Moats. Yeah, shout out. I mean, when I was there, like I said, Red wasn't a coach yet. So.
That's right. Yeah, and you were there kind of during some transition. You saw some different. They've got a little stability now, but they had a little bit of a revolving door for a couple of years there with losing some guys and bringing
Coach Barsh as well. Got to shout out Coach Barsh as well.
That's right. Well, it's going to be a lot of fun. What's the sales pitch here for fans that are thinking about paying the $10 and coming out? What are you expecting and kind of thinking about in terms of this chance to play at Bora High School in front of the fans? That's going to be a pretty cool opportunity.
Yeah, I think it's going to be great, just to be able to connect with the community again. I think it'll be a great opportunity for the community just to come out and see some guys. I don't want to say Bronco legends, but, some guys from the past that, put a lot into this program. And I think fans of basketball, fans of Boise State basketball, professional basketball, if they want to really, get a taste of it live, I think that's a really good opportunity for people to come out and see, for the kids, that have aspirations of playing in college or playing professionally, to come see what it looks like live and just the speed and the level. I think it would be really great. So
yeah, and you're going to have the current team involved as well in terms of the 3-point contest, the dunk contest. So you get a chance to see some of the new members of the team, seeing Tyson and Omar again and some of those guys. And I'm still pushing for James. I still think we need you mentioned legends, and I still think we need a legends bracket, at least for the 3-point contest. Let's get Matt Boucher out there. Let's get Nick Duncan. Let's get Abe Jackson. Let's get all these older Broncos that are still around. And maybe a James Reed, we can even push him out there for the 3-point contest as well.
Oh, for sure. I think that'd be great.
We got to get that done. But again, $10. 3-point dunk contest, full game, and I know you guys are going to do pictures, autographs afterwards. If you're a Boise State basketball fan, and in particular the last 10 years here, this rise of Boise State basketball under Coach Rice, this is a celebration. This is a night to kind of put it all together and have fun and say, hey, this is pretty darn cool what Boise State basketball has become, that they can have a night like this and sell tickets to an event like this in Boise. And you got guys like Derreck Alston Jr. getting ready to come back to town and put on a show for you as they get ready to enter the TBT tournament. So the QR code is right there on your screen. You just take a picture of that with your phone, or you can, there's a website as well. They'll put it on their social media. I think it's Once a Bronco TBT on Twitter or X or some other Instagram. You can look them up, Once a Bronco TBT, and purchase tickets that way. July 17th, 6 p.m. And again, $10 tickets. I mean, it's crazy. Come on out, support them, help them. They've got some travel costs and things they've got to do. And if you can't make the game, but you'd like to still make a donation, here's a separate QR code where you can just go to a GoFundMe account and make a donation to help them out. And obviously, they got money they got to pay for expenses and things, and bringing players in from all over the country and the world. So, Derreck, going to be a lot of fun. Appreciate you for jumping on today, man. Congrats on all your success to this point. Stay safe training the next couple of weeks, and BNN's going to be involved in the game and involved in that week. So we're looking forward to seeing you back in Boise, man, in a couple of weeks. It's going to be here before we know it, and appreciate your time, man.
No, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thanks, man. There he is, Derreck Alston Jr. We appreciate him for jumping on. And again, he'll be here a couple of weeks, coming in July here in a couple of weeks with the TBT team. So looking forward to that. So that was the first one, by the way, that I accidentally slipped and let the name out early. So I've done a really good job of not announcing the teams. And as I was talking to Mike Prater there at the end, you probably heard I said I was about to say Derreck Alston is waiting, and I slipped and said his name real quick. And so that was the first one. I've done a pretty good job because I know the whole roster, and I've done a pretty good job of not saying anything, but I finally did slip and let the cat out of the bag on that one. So I apologize for that. No pitch needed. High-level players, if you like basketball, if you're a Boise State basketball fan, why would you not want to see Derek Marks get a chance to play with Justinian Jessup and Max Rice and Marcus Shaver Jr. and all these guys at the crossover on this team in the last 11 years? It's got to be an emotional night for a guy like Leon Rice to come out and watch this team play. It's a pretty darn cool thing that they're doing, and it's the fact that they're having this game in Boise for you to go see. And meet these guys and hang out with them and watch a dunk contest and a 3-point contest. It's going to be pretty cool. I'm sure they're going to get Coach Rice out there maybe judging the dunk contest. Who knows? It's going to be a lot of fun, though. And again, support the TBT team. Make your plans now and join them on July 17th at Bora High School. Looking forward to that. So appreciate everybody for joining us. As I said, I'm moving, getting situated a little bit in my new house, starting to get the studio together here. The cameras are not fully situated. The lights are kind of messed up, but we're at least getting closer to getting back to our regularly scheduled BNN shows with our, studios up and rolling. So hopefully by Monday we'll be there. But we'll have Jay Tuss tomorrow on a Friday. We'll get to question number 6. We're going to look at Ahmed Hassanin tomorrow and his outlook for the season and if he can get any help rushing the passer as well. So Ahmed's our topic tomorrow, number 6 on our 25 questions, looking at the Boise State football season. Quick plug for Circa. I've got the hat around here somewhere. If you are interested, we're putting the teams together. We're putting the trip together. We are going to Las Vegas for the Circa Sports Contest, August 22nd. It's week 0. You can go watch some football week 0, the week before the football season starts. And again, it's $1,000 entry. You can do the Survivor contest or you can do the Pick 5 contest. They have 2 contests. Get some friends together, split an entry, 3 ways. It's only $333, whatever. You have to register in Vegas. So you can join us in Vegas to sign up. I can get you a discounted room at Circa. Or you can have somebody like myself sign you up down there as well. But it is 100% legal to play anywhere in the world. You just have to sign up in Las Vegas. We'll hook you up with Tom Carroll, our proxy. Then basically you fill out a Google Sheets form every week. Tom Carroll makes the picks for you, and it's 100% legal, and you're 100% in with a chance to win $10 million in the Survivor contest, $6 million in the Millions contest. And Circa Sports is one of our big sponsors here at BNN. Here is 30 seconds with a little more info on the contest.
We don't need gimmicks like giant checks and mascots to promote this year's football contest because we're giving away even more money than we did last year.
$16 million in guaranteed prizes to be exact. There's 2 ways to win and no rake.
Players in Circa Millions make 5 picks against the spread each week with quarterly and full season payouts.
Circa Survivor entries select 1 team each week with no point spread. Last the longest to win it all. Visit circasports.com for details.
So we've already got 3 or 4 teams entered. We're trying to get to 10. But again, I can hook you up with a discounted room at Circa. BNN is entering both contests. I know Connor Johnstone. We all love Connor. He's getting some buddies together to come down to Vegas and enter. I've talked to the Draper family. They're interested in joining as well. So if you can't afford a full team, but you're willing to jump in on a half a team or something, and you just want to have fun this NFL season and have a chance to win $10 million in their Survivor contest, reach out to me. Email me, rains@BroncoNationNews.com. We're putting together some teams, and we're going to go down to Vegas in August. And again, there's an open bar event with the owner, kind of a happy hour event the next day on Friday, the 23rd, I believe it is, of August. There's a all you can drink party at the pool all day. So there's a lot of cool events going on down there at Circa, and I can get you a discounted hotel room as well if you're looking for a weekend getaway to Vegas. Come on down for this contest weekend. We're going to be doing live shows down there. It's going to be a lot of fun. But if you can't make it to Vegas and you're still interested in signing up, reach out to me and we can find you a team or help get you signed up down there. And we made it to like week 11 in Survivor last year. It was a lot of fun, and it was made NFL Sundays a lot more entertaining when you had $10 million on the line. So looking forward to doing that. I hope some of you guys will sign up, and we'll support our sponsor there at Circa Sports, where we will be in 3 weeks for Mountain West Media Days at Circa Resort and Casino. I'm off to one of 3 kids' Little League baseball games today. Hope everybody has a great day. And again, Jay Tuss and I will be back at 9 a.m. tomorrow. So have a great Thursday. Appreciate all you guys for watching, for subscribing, for telling your friends, and most importantly, for supporting the sponsors. You see some of them behind me. We don't have BNN. We don't have a free 48-minute show here on YouTube if you're not supporting these sponsors right here. So please support the sponsors and make this show possible to continue free of charge. And again, the best way too is if you can, go eat at Taco Bell and or Lean Feast and tag it on social media and tag me so I can show them, or shoot me an email, or however you can let it be known. Hey, I just bought my car like Robbie Robinson did at Lithia Ford of Boise. Post that on Instagram, whatever. Tag us. and it would mean a lot to show the sponsors that their advertising is working here at BNN. So I even think I saw the very first comment today. The very comment, I don't know if I can get all the way back to the top or not, but the very first comment, somebody said they saw Alex Martin at the gas station today and mentioned that they had shown, there you go, saw the Martin brother this morning, 208 Landscape, told him I hear about this company all the time on your show. Anthony, thank you so much. That's the kind of stuff that really helps and pays off. So any chance you get to tell Travis Hawks or Stan Nicolason or any of our sponsors that it works, we would really, really appreciate it. So please continue to do that if you can. And as Vlad says, have a great day. And hopefully my kids can win some baseball games today. We'll talk to you later. Bronco Nation News Live, BroncoNationNews.com.